Hi there, welcome to my Visual C++ Arithmetic Operators program. This program was developed using a switch case, and for those of you who are interested in programming within Visual C++ event-driven program, I think this is a very good program for you guys. It's very good in the sense that I've put in a lot of effort to get the whole system working the way it should work. Okay. If you notice, I have a text box here. Those text boxes are actually disabled. They are only enabled by using the radio buttons. Okay, the radio buttons, once you select this radio button, you get an object here that actually tells you you have selected the plus arithmetic operator. If you whatever data you enter in there, enter your number in there and click on the addition, click on the calculator or calculation button. If you select subtraction, multiplication, division, you can also reset the system. So once the system is reset, assuming you purposely decide to enter or mistakenly decide to enter non-integer or non-arithmetic value, what will happen is you end up with 0 right there. And you cannot, if you select this, that still remain the same. So what you can do is just to reset the whole system and start it all over again. Okay, so which I feel is very good system. If you guys want, I will show you. I will actually upload this code, but before that, I'll show you how or the process that I actually use in developing this Visual C++ program. It is visual because I've actually used components. You can see it's all visual what I've used, and I'll take you to the code so that you guys can see how the whole system works. Okay, so let's go straight into the system now, guys. Now I'm going to show you how I develop this arithmetic operator program. So I'm starting a new program entirely. I'll call it arithmetic underscore operator. Okay, so I've selected window forms application for those of you who are interested, so just keep an eye on that. Click on OK. So I'm now within the development environment. Let me just drop my object right there. I'll drop the property box right there. So the form, for the form object, I'm going to be setting the form about 1005 by 563. That's the size of my form right now. The next component I will be adding to my program. Let me add a group box. I need one there. Now I also need another group box there. So the first group box, I will now change the the back color. Change the back color to maybe, yeah, that's not bad. That's the back color change. Then delete the text within it. Repeat exactly the same thing, but this time around the back color for the second group box would be a little bit darker. So I will then delete the text within it as well, and that is it, gone. So I will now set the size of this back color to about 425 by 312, and I will decide a location for it. Let's place it around 535 by 89, and that's the location. The location is right here, guys. Look at that. That's where it is. Now let's come to the second group box. The size of the second group box is 944, 106. Okay, and the location The location for that would be 16, 407. Okay, and now look at that, guys. Can you see that right underneath, just like the previous one you saw? Okay, the next thing I will do is add my label. I'm going to be adding the label there, and the size of the font required for this label will be, let's make that 26 bold there. So 26 bold. The text property for that very label will be enter first number, and I might as well copy it across, and the other one will be enter second number. Enter second number. So I will now copy another label, which should be for my heading. Or let me use the other one above. Change the size, the font size, to about 36. That's good. Change the text content to arithmetic. Operators. Good. The location for this very label is 182, comma 20, which is right up there. Bring this very one down a little bit. Okay, now we're moving on. I will be using this very label for something else, so I will leave it there for now. Maybe this very one. Yeah, that would be my label 4. Delete the content within label 4. That's it done, guys. And the next part of the program is to enter the data into this very other group box. So I'll enter the data for the other group box, so I might as well speed it up. So I'll speed up this and show you how this is going to be done as well. So let me speed up this. All I need is 2 text boxes and 4 option boxes. Okay, the very first one is right there. Let's change the data component so that you guys see how it's done before I speed it up. Let's come to the font. The font should be 26 as well. 26. Good. And make the font color white. Okay. Change the content. I'll change the content of that radio button to addition. Okay, maybe just copy it across. That's 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Number 4 is called division. Call number 3 multiplication. And subtraction. There. Now we are now almost there, folks. So the next thing I'll do is just to add 2 text box within here. That's my first text box. Change the font size to 26 as well. 26 bold. You just copy it across. Okay. Now we need to be sure, okay, the font color is black, so that's good. All right, so the next thing we need is an indicator that we need right here. That's our indicator right there. That's label 5. I will delete content within label 5, delete, go to the font color, change that to white, and now change the back color. Yeah, the back color is fine. Change the font size to 26 as well. Sort of like place it in the center, but it's going to be used as the arithmetic operator indicator. Okay, so now at least you've seen how this is done, so I might as well just speed up this very one. Well guys, all component now in place, so let me just show you what I've done so far. Close this property, and that is it guys. That's just the design, but right now the program does nothing. Okay, to start with, what I'll do is enter the most simplest of all codes, which is the exit. So we double click on the exit button, and what we need to say is application. Double quote column exit, and that's your exit right there. Double click on it and make sure you have your open and close bracket with a semicolon. If I run the program right now, what you guys will see is I'll be able to use the exit button to actually exit the system. Now let's try the exit button now right here. I see that exit is now working as expected. So we go back to form load. I'm now within the form itself. I will now set all the property for this radio button. I will set them to false. The check property for each radio button, set it to false. False, false, false. That is correct. So the next thing is double click on the form. So I will now say radio button 1 checked equals false. I'll repeat the same thing for the other 3 radio buttons. I might as well just copy and paste. Now just change the names, change the numbers. Okay. I would also like to disable the functionality of my reset button as soon as the form loads. So let me go back there and just say button 2 enable, make that equals false. Done. So while at it, I might as well just say declare my variables up here. Say char I operator. Okay, that's my first variable. Second variable is I will float I num1 and I num2. Okay, and that's all for my variables declared for this program. I operator, I num1, I num2. Okay guys, so back to my design view. I'll double click on the reset button. I'm within the reset button now. Just click in there and press enter and say radio button, because I would like to disable the radio button with the reset button. Radio button 1 checked equals false. So I will copy and just change numbers. I might as well just copy these ones and just paste it right there. Done. So now I need to clear my text box. Text box 1 equals clear. This is a reset button, so all of these codes are required to reset the whole program. So that's for text box 2. And now let me put a text box 1 here. Text box 1, set the focus in 1. Done. Okay, so I now have my focus in 1. Once the system clears, it gets focused straight in 1. I will also set the text box 1, box 1 enable. Let me make that equals true. Enable equals true. And repeat exactly the same thing for text box 2. Done. Okay guys, we're moving on now with zombie there. So let's go back to the form. Double click on the addition radio button. Double click on it. Now we are inside the coding area for radio button 1. You can all see that. Now press enter and enter the following lines of code. I, remember our operator, I operator equals addition. That's for the very first one. Then we now say label 5, text equals, okay. Then the next thing we need to now do is label 4 dot text should output the following statement. Okay. Operator of choice is now. Let's ask the system to actually enable copy and paste it right there. Good. I will also enable my button 2, which is the reset button. There. So that's all for radio button 1, and which is supposed to be the addition component. So I might as well just copy all of these codes, go into my radio button 2, press enter. You can see I'm in radio button 2, paste that in there. All I just need to change now is the operator. Change the operator to subtraction. Okay, repeat exactly the same thing for the other 2 radio buttons. paste that in there, change that to multiplication sign. Now for the division, repeat exactly the same operations. Paste, change the operator, change. So the next thing I will do is, at this stage at least, let me just run the program before I proceed with the rest of the codes. So run the program, let's see. Now I've compiled and run the program. If I select my addition, you see the operator, the choice, operator of choice is multiplication, and so on for division as well. So, but right now, these two buttons right here, oh sorry, this very button does nothing. This reset button works. You can see that the focus is there. The addition is being deactivated. Subtraction, the same thing applies. Multiplication, the same thing applies. Okay, so what we need to do now is to program this very calculator object so that we can enter data. When we enter data in there, we can get the system moving. Okay, let's go back into our coding area. Now we are in the final stage of this whole arithmetic operator implementation. So let's go straight into the calculator button, then press enter and enter the following lines of code. For this component, I will be using switch. Okay, so let's switch I operator. If you guys still remember my variable that I declared earlier, I operator, enter your curly bracket. Do not forget that. I might as well just close that right there. Okay, enter the curly bracket, then you say case plus, enter your column, not semicolon, the column. Then we will say open a bracket, float, column, try, Percy, open a bracket again, text box 1, text, comma, I num1, that's my one of my variable, close that, and we float the other one again. I might as well just copy and paste. And come over here, change the text to text2 and the other one num2. Okay, now close the brackets, enter semicolon. Now press enter. Label 6 is the component that will actually display my final result. So I would say label 6 equals I num1 plus I num2 dot string to string, convert it to string, and that's it, guys. So the next thing is, remember to enter your break, and that's all. That's part of this code. So I can now copy and just change the operator. So copy, paste, change the operator to minus, and change the sign here to minus. Repeat exactly the same process. The next case will be multiplication. Change the arithmetic operator to multiplication. Repeat the same thing for division and change that to division. Right, guys, we are almost there now. What I'll do is, once each arithmetic function finish processing, I will now disable my text box. Disable the text box. Okay, equals false. And repeat exactly the same thing for text box 2. Only the option buttons, or sorry, radio buttons, can actually enable this text box. Okay, so let me just give it a quick look again. See, I believe this should work. Hopefully there is no missing link there. So let me just run the program and we see what we've done so far, guys. So I will compile, just build my program and see before running it. Well, we have an error. Okay, missing a bracket before the semicolon. So double click on that, and yeah, I have a bracket there. There shouldn't be no bracket there, so I will have the same error here. I might as well just take that off. Take this off as well. So I will now rebuild my system or recompile it. There, the system is now ready to be used. Click on the start debug, and guys, there we are. If we click on this text box, select your arithmetic operator, that's what you get, division, and that's what you get. Click on the text box and enter whatever data you intend to add up, and see the answer there. Select the subtraction, select multiplication, division, and there we are, guys. See how easy it is to put this type of program together. I prefer using Visual C++ because I can always select the component and just do what I like. So I can reset the whole system and enter whatever value I want in there. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, guys. Look at that. That is beautiful. So what I would do now is copy this code, save it in my share drive. If you need the code, all you just have to do is subscribe, send me your details in the YouTube link in the description area, and I'll forward the code to you guys. So thank you, and you have a nice day. Bye.